The Croatian parliament today is considering three proposed amendments to the so-called Lex Perkovic, one from the government, one from the HTZ and one from independent MP Jadranka Kosor. Yesterday, the Parliament's Judicial Committee supported the government's proposed changes to Croatia's extradition law, which would bring it in line with the European arrest warrant from the 1st of January 2014. The Fimi Media corruption trial continues, with Ivo Sanader presenting his defence for a second day. This morning, the former HTZ leader and Croatian Prime Minister tried to shift all responsibility for the HTZ's financing on Ivan Jarnjak, who was the party's Secretary-General at the time, relevant to the indictment. Sanader and the other defendants, which include the HTZ itself, are accused of siphoning nearly 10 million euros from state institutions and companies through the Fimi Media marketing agency into a HTZ slush fund. An international arrest warrant for the Hungarian oil company's CEO, Zsolt Hernady, is expected to be issued any time now. Once the warrant is posted on Interpol's website, police forces in 190 different countries will be seeking his arrest. Hernady, seen here dining with Ivo Sanader, is suspected of bribing the former Croatian Prime Minister in return for management rights in the Croatian oil company INA. 75,000 companies in Croatia which haven't paid their taxes for a long time will have their accounts blocked tomorrow by the financial mediation agency FINA. The companies in question owe the state more than 2,000 kuna, and despite repeated warnings from Finance Minister Slavko Linic, have neither tried to reprogram their debt nor initiate pre-bankruptcy proceedings. Once the companies are blocked, the state will automatically claim the money it is owed. From today, Croatian households will be paying less for their electrical energy. The Croatian electricity company HEP has lowered a part of its tariff to 10.7%, which means that for consumers, electricity will be between 6% and 7% cheaper. Other electricity providers who have recently entered the Croatian market have been undercutting HEP's prices. The doctors' strike in Croatia continues into its 14th consecutive day. Yesterday, another round of talks about a new collective agreement failed after only 2 hours, and the unions have announced that they will escalate their strike activities, informing their members not to work more than they would normally on Sundays. Doctors are seeking better working conditions and paid overtime. Today, for the first time since 1991, a national census is being launched in neighbouring Bosnia and Herzegovina. The 1990s war dramatically changed the demographic structure of the country. Over 100,000 people were killed and more than 1 million displaced, while some parts of the country were ethnically cleansed. In the census, citizens are being asked about their national and religious identity, as well as about the language they speak. Taking a look at sport, and Croatian athlete Robert Seligman is on the verge of qualifying for the 44th World Athletics Championships, which will be held in Antwerp, Belgium. Seligman, who comes from Osijek, is in third place in the pommel horse discipline after 3 qualifying rounds. He is competing against 120 other world athletes. Unfortunately, Croatia's other competitors, Filip Ude, Mario Možnik and Tomislav Markovic, have failed to reach the championships. In tennis, Ivan Dodig has reached the last 16 at the ATP tournament in Tokyo. In the first round, he defeated local favourite Yuichi Sugita 6-3, 6-1. He will now face the second seed, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga of France. In ice hockey, Zagreb's Medveščak have recorded their 4th consecutive win in the regional KHL League. They beat the Russian side Avtomobilist 3-0 at home last night and now are 7th in the league. And finally, Sandra Paovic has become the new European champion in table tennis for people with disabilities. At a tournament in Italy, Paovic defeated Russian Raisa Chebinka in the final 3-1. This afternoon's forecast calls for partly sunny weather in most of the country, sunny in Dalmatia. Winds in lower regions will be weak, northerly and northeasterly, while in higher and coastal regions a moderate to strong northeasterly Bura and northerly Tramontana wind is expected. Highest daily temperatures will be between 10 and 16 degrees Celsius inland, between 18 and 23 degrees on the coast.